Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the absent father wound. I just did a video on the angry father. Many of you have DM'd me requesting the absent father. Let's dive in. Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, please click the subscribe button, the bell to receive notification when I release new videos. And if you've been with me for a while, thank you so much and welcome back. Just as a reminder, Patreon is an option that you can join to get worksheets and further learning on these lessons. I am a little behind on my Patreon, but due to this announcement, I will be uploading today. So, as you know, I just did a video the other day on the angry father. And I did that because I had a client with an angry father and we had some deep dives into that wisdom. And I thought it was really important to share because the things that I shared with her were kind of groundbreaking with her healing. And so I wanted to share it with you. And so many of you saw that and you're like, please do one on the absent father, which I know so much about. So let's talk about this. Women or men, it affects both. Like the two deepest wounds we can have is a mother wound and a father wound, right? This is why I do all these courses on this work, because the mother wound is severe when it comes to self-love and knowing who you are and certain identity. But the father wound is all about support, protection, feeling safe. How many of you have issues in life feeling safe in your body? If you have a father wound, you have that issue because the father is the one who's supposed to provide safety, right? That's just the way it is biologically. And many of us didn't have a father, so the mother had to do that, and the mother needed someone to do that, so there's this whole thing. And one of the biggest wounds that come from a father wound is abandonment. Abandonment and rejection. If you're abandoned or rejected from your father, you feel like you're unworthy of support, unworthy of protection, and unworthy of worth, self-worth. If you guys know, I just opened my I Am Worthy course now for on demand. You can take it at any time. The link will be in the bio. The reason I did that is because after you do my shadow work course, which is healing the mother wound and father wound, you're going to have to do the worthy work. It doesn't just automatically come, oh, I'm worthy because I did my father wound and mother wound and tribal wound work. No, then we have to understand the wound and go super deep into it. So I'm going to explain to you. You are going to have relationships with men who are also undependable because what you've learned with an absent father is how to depend on undependable people. And then you put up with breadcrumbs, and then you put up with behaviors because you just want that connection that your inner child is so longing for because you are literally emotionally starved from the father wound. Starved. You don't have the attention that you need. You don't feel cherished. You don't feel special. Your self-value, your self-esteem is down. You go for men that are probably looking very, very safe. And what's going to happen is they're not, just like your father was not. They're going to appear safe. Your inner child's going to be like, I like that. But what you're forgetting is your emotional imprint is imprinted to only be energetically attracted to that which you've had until you heal. So if I had an absent father, I will absolutely attract a partner who does not put me first, but makes me seem like I'm first with love bombing, but they're probably an addict or they're a workaholic or what's another one? Codependent on friends or someone else other than you. You're not number one. They also will seem very safe. See, your inner child probably wants to be with the person that you're super in love with or passionate about, but that doesn't feel safe. And because you have a father wound, you need safety. So you go to the safe guy and then you're always like a little bit unfulfilled, but you also feel safe because you're healing your inner child wound. You're not really functioning from the adult self. And so once you start healing, this is what happens. By the way, my hair is just a mess today. Sorry, guys. Once you start to heal, you're going to start wanting more than the daddy figure. You've got a daddy wound, so you want daddy to make you safe, to provide for you. What you have to ultimately learn through this process, the hard way, this is what happens most times, is you will depend on that person who will become undependable over time. And then you will be forced to rise up in your inner masculine and inner feminine to actually provide for you and make yourself feel safe regardless of other. Now, here's another thing I want to mention is you have a broken system inside, right? Your masculine has had to go crazy. You may be like me, where you're like, I'm going to run my own business and I'm going to emasculate men, right? That was me a long time ago because you over exaggerate. I have to take care of everything. I have to do everything. I have to provide everything. And then you get angry. And then you're angry at your partner because you're like, you're not doing this. This is the father wound playing out. And when we start to do the father wound work and understand that no father would ever abandon you unless he was abandoned. No father would ever reject you unless he was deeply rejected and have a deep rejection wound. Here's the thing about unhealed parents. If they did not heal their wounding, they 100% don't know what to do other than project it onto you so they don't have to feel it. People who are hurt others. Those that are doing to you have been done to them. When you heal these wounds, you can start to relate differently, but there's this undercover jealousy that parents have with their kids when their kid gets more than they had. Unhealed parents. Healed parents, you'll notice, say, I want better for my kid than I had for myself. Unhealed parents get jealous when you have better. Look at that. Many of our fathers came from rejecting fathers. Many of our fathers came from narcissistic mothers. Many of our fathers that don't know how to be there or tune into their heart were closed down at a young age and afraid to be who they truly are and follow their heart because they were not allowed to be who they are. It's not about forgiving them for this. It's about understanding. And so one way that I know to heal the father wound, this is a few parts. First part is understanding how to make yourself feel safe. That's not going to heal the inner child part. That's going to heal the adult part. Then we have to go in and do inners and with the inner child. We have to talk to the inner child of what she or he did not receive, needed to receive, how he or she, especially with a woman desires to be cherished and taken care of, which can create a Cinderella complex. The Cinderella complex, if you haven't done my shadow work course and you have this, please check it out. It's also on demand. The Cinderella complex is when a woman fears independence because her inner child is longing to be saved, rescued, taken care of. Think about it. It's a subconscious desire to put your power on hold, to give it to others so that they can actually father your inner child. That is the Cinderella complex. I had it. And the way we heal our Cinderella complex is by really starting to be secure in our independence, by providing for ourselves in a safe space. When we can do that, we then feel safe enough to drop into our feminine because we don't have to control everything to get that inner child need met. When we stop controlling, it's because we've learned how to be in control of our own lives and our own emotions, which is such a huge thing. Then we can actually be feminine and not need someone to rescue us or be all these things. We can actually be with a partner that goes through their own things and hold space for them in our feminine. So many women who are business women, CEOs, and entrepreneurs, all these things have a father wound because they feel like they have to be the man of the house. It's not wrong to be a CEO and all of that, but what that means when you're the man of the house is you also forget to be the woman sometimes. You forget to be soft. You forget to feel safe in your feminine because you truly can't until you know, not only can I provide for myself, but I am deserving of someone caring for me as well. It becomes a difference between attachment to that care or connection to that care. If you know you have yourself, there's less pressure on anyone else to do that for you, to heal a wound for you. We need to heal our own inner wounds. So if you had a father wound, you are definitely into the safe guy. You are definitely into being taken care of, probably afraid of your own independence, probably wanting someone that seems very powerful to support and take care of you. Healing these rejection wounds tells me that you haven't yet healed the wound within of rejecting your own inner child, because somewhere inside of you, you still reject your inner child if you're rejected by that caretaker partner, right? Which facilitates father. It mirrors father. Your partner can only ever mirror what your father, like how your father wasn't there for you, your partner won't be at the end of the day, because it is your emotional imprint. When you re-imprint yourself, meaning you become the parent you never had, and you are there for yourself unconditionally, and you know, if someone else isn't, it doesn't mean I'm unlovable and then I don't leave myself. It means they don't understand. It means they don't see my worth. It means they don't see their worth. And so there's many parts to this wound, right? But the main piece you have to understand is your major abandonment and rejection wound of not thinking that you deserve protection. And then you don't protect yourself. What was done to us as children, we do to our inner child until we heal, become our own parent. So if dad didn't protect you, you'll do crazy things and not protect you when you're triggered, not day to day. If dad was rejecting, you reject you. If dad was rejecting, you'll have a partner that will put something above you at the end of the day. They may love bomb you. And this is something I want to actually mention because I've said this before, but I've had a client recently that said to me, it doesn't make sense that I go for narcissists. I was never love bombed as a child. Great point. A rejecting father will never love bomb you, but the love bombing works for you because you're so starved of affection, attention, and nurture. So the love bomb makes you have such a dopamine rush that makes you think, oh my gosh, I'm finally safe. Someone finally cherishes me, protects me, accepts me, adores me, sees me. No, because what the love bombing turns into is control. Now I get to devalue you so that you come to me and I can control you more. And then I'll discard you so that you're starving out in your withdrawal and you'll come right back, right? If you want more help on this, please check out my I Am Worthy course that is now on demand at almost 50% off the original price. I'm doing that because it is necessary for anyone with these wounds to do at some point in life. We have to understand how to know I am worthy regardless and to heal these wounds. So I hope that hits you somewhere deep today. If it did, please share with at least one other person. Please leave any comments you may have. There's more videos on this to come. We're also going to dive into the mother wound as we go. So I wanted to say I love you guys. Thank you for showing up for yourselves, for me, and the collective consciousness, because as we heal one, we heal all. And I'll see you soon.